I'm happy to present next speaker from even far more north, Randi Sjølie, who speaks about climate science behind Sami buildings, yeah? Functional and climate friendly.
Thank you. And it is always interesting to listen to Arnstein when he's talking about buildings. He has been important informator for me and for the Sami parliament in this area about the Peter Sami buildings, and he's looking around, always finding a new building, telling about it, and examine it. And now he has been doing research on it. Then I would talk a bit about where is the button here for this criteria for what is a Sami building. And you know all that the Sami settlement areas is in the north of Norway, Sweden and Finland, and there where the Sami has lived together with the other people. But how to declare that this is a Sami house, this is not a Sami house, and because the rules in Norway in the legislation of the cultural remains, we in Norway have this decision that the Sami cultural remains, they are protected by 100 years of age, so that it was very difficult to find whether this house is Sami or is it Norwegian. Then, according to the Cultural Act, they had got another protection. And when I started my work in 1990 working with Sami buildings in the Finnmark municipality and later in the Sami parliament, we tried to examine these things. How can you say this building is Sami? And we did some research. I myself did, and other people did. We decided, that this way to decide the Sami building is through a criteria list of 5 different criteria. And the actual house and cultural remain should be taken up to these criteria, and a conclusion should be made. And for instance, which historical and cultural connection is the house standing? Which function has it got? In which environmental connection is it? And which construction practice? That means how it was built. And at last, what did the local society or the owner itself say about this? Is it a Sami building or is it not? So this has been a long way to decide that according to the law of the cultural remains, what is a Sami building? We are using these things. And after deciding about these criteria, the Sami parliament started registration all over the Sami areas and found that it was 807 houses of this part of Sami. And that was only the protected houses, Sami houses. And later, it is not only 100 years old, but the houses built before 1917, a new decision in the law. built for 1917. And you can see here 807 houses, and about this, about 320 storehouse. And in the map you can see where they are, the green dots in Norway, on the Norwegian side of Sami. On Swedish side, there is different. We don't deal with that. And you can see from Finnmark, some of the coastal Finnmark was burnt down during the war. There is no one of these old houses, of the Sami houses. But in the inner Finnmark and in the Tana Valley and in Troms, there are many, and some here as well in Bodø. So to go on work with the Sami houses in the administration, we had to use this thing. Just to mention that the construction in the early days of the Sami building was this turf construction, or turf hut, or veljeguatti. It was about 3 different main constructions. This round with the bows, this is with turf, and square with the corner post and rafter logs. And when it was used as a living house like this, and when it was built with a living house and the cow house together. Arnstein mentioned this very reuse of things, and that has been very dominant in the Sami building custom too. And here you can see this reuse house with the roof, with the oil, what's called in English? With this oil barrels. Oh, that was with the oil barrels. And the wall are used from fish barrels, pre-cut words. So this is, I think I find this very fantastic and beautiful, and very good for the nature. I've taken my Norwegian text here, so that was very difficult for me. But in my work I have been doing very much with these Sami farms, and not in the way Arnstein doing it. I have been working with how are these farms organized, and they are organized. I will take you into 2 different farms, and the one is in the south area of the Sami, in Essandheim, that's near to Trondheim, and you can see here it is. There is no square, it's no line, it's no pattern. It is a free form. It's an organic topologic model. So that was a dominant way of building a Sami farm, as I have discovered it. And there were a lot of small houses in the Sami farm. They were built like this around a small waterfall there. And at first they built this guatti. And later on, they build more houses. They build log houses, they build storehouses, they build summer houses. And they could have their washing place inside this waterfall. And all the houses had different constructions. as they had material and knowledge to do. And I also found that they repaired their houses and changed them. For instance, a house that had been a cow house could be a storehouse, and could be a living house, perhaps. And also in these old farm places, there were very often traces after after old houses, real old houses, old turf houses, or even older houses. So the family placed their farm maybe on a place where their family many generations before had their farms. There is about these houses I mentioned here: living house, store. And important there, this information man told about the history and how it was used, how they repaired it, and how they brought the material up to this place, because there were no road, for instance, to this Essenheimen. It was just going to cross the sea. So this was this information from these men very important for me to registrate and to be a part of the taking care of, because they could tell how it could be done and how it was done before in their fathers' and grandfathers' time. The other farm I would like to tell about is quite north at the Tana River. You can see it here with the living house, turf houses, and the storehouses back there. These two has been in the family for many generations. They have changed it a bit, moved the houses, and these turf houses have been changing from house for the cow to house for the sheep, and they have been repaired. And a turf house is said to last 30 years, but if you repair it and get on new turf, it can last many years. And if you get in a new construction, it can last even more. This was not so many houses here, but some of them. And this living house has now, in 2010, been extended to another living part, so there can be two generations live together there. This is inside the turf house, and it looks almost like a wooden house, but the inside of the turf house could be like a wooden house inside with the paneling walls. About this climate change, climate threat to the Sami buildings and Sami farms, I think they are not mostly threatened by the climate. The farms and their conditions of the houses are more threatened by the economy in the country and the economy in the Norwegian and economy for the districts, because many of these farms, they are laying in areas where the agriculture are shut down, and the people are forced to shut down their work there. They're forced to move, to leave their farm. And I think that is more threatened to the houses and to the environmental, because they won't take care of the grass. They won't take care of it. They won't use it. They won't have the cows there, and gradually will the landscape grow, and gradually will the houses fall together, and the roofs will let the water in. So I think that is more threatening for the architecture on these farms than the changing of climate. What can save these farms are that the families are moving back and using them as holiday places, and in that way restoring and taking care of the landscape and taking care of the houses. Taking care of the landscape and be a part of their ancestors' family and family history on this place. So that's what I think about the climate change for the Sami farms. That was not much about the climate change, but through my work with these farms, I think the economy of the country is is the most thing to take care of. And my English was very bad because it was in my bag on the English text. Here's the Norwegian. So, thank you. This is an important...
Randi, but what kind is the floor in the Daft house? What kind is the floor? Floor material in the Daft house?
In the third house?
Yeah.
In the old days it was earth, but they could lay a wooden floor in the turf houses. They could.
Maybe I can just make a short comment. And when I started to work with all buildings, Sami buildings, one of the first persons I talked to was Randi. There was very few persons who dealt with this 30 and 31 years ago, so it was very fruitful. And I want to say you have been very important for the Sami Parliament. We started with the research project and then work in the Sami Parliament, and because the story was that the lawmaker, the Parliament, when they added to the law on the Heritage Act in Norway in 1978, they said that the Sami culture should be protected, but they hardly or maybe not thought about buildings as such. So it's been a long work about how to define a Sami building. And then in that work we have been very important, and the Sami Parliament took after some years this seriously, and that has been developing this work that's been done. So it's been a pleasure to work with you too. So thank you. I will just say that.